Today on Deception Decoded, the millions of files released by the U.S. Justice Department related to late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein have sparked many questions about who Epstein had ties with. Many of those files are widely redacted, drawing criticism. But now, AI is being used to unblur or try to unblur some of those redactions, and the result is not the truth. This is something the investigative collective Bellingcat has been writing about, and its director, Giancarlo Fiorella, joins us now with more. Nice to see you, Giancarlo.
Thanks for having me.
Walk us through how this is happening. How are people trying to unblur these Epstein files?
So what our researchers at Bellingcat have found is that individual users on X are using the platform's AI assistant called Grok to give it images and ask it to unblur, to unredact images related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. And we were able to make this finding by using text searches on X for keywords like Epstein and unblur. What we found was that between January 30th and February 5th, there were at least 31 requests like that from users who were, again, attempting to use Grok on X to unredact, to unblur images of victims that have been showing up in the files from the Department of Justice related to the Jeffrey Epstein case.
Okay, so of those 31 instances that your team analyzed, 27 of those cases, Grok did try to unblur the images, but what was actually revealed underneath, like in that case we just saw there on screen, this black box over a woman's body, what was actually revealed isn't the actual person in the photo, correct?
That's correct. Like all other AI imaging platforms, Grok has no way of knowing what's actually hidden by the redaction, by the black box. What it's doing is it's making a guess based on other clues in the image on what a person might look like. And so these are all educated guesses that Grok is trying to make, but they're not related at all to the actual victims. It has no way of knowing what they look like.
Okay, what's fascinating about your examination into this is you found in some cases, Grok, this is an AI bot, refused to unblur this. That's surprising to me. What was the response online?
Yeah, so indeed, we know that at least in 4 cases, Grok responded to the users saying that it wasn't able to process their requests. We know actually that in one case, it just ignored the request. There was no answer. We know that in one case, Grok responded to the user saying, I can't do this because of legal and ethical reasons related to the nature of the case. And in 2 instances, Grok told the users that it wasn't able to process their request because they weren't paid subscribers to X Premium, which is the platform's paid service.
What does that actually mean, that Grok all of a sudden has a conscience?
I wouldn't say that. Grok is an interesting platform, and it has all kinds of reasons for why it answers questions in that way.
In other cases online, we're not just seeing an unblurring, we're seeing a complete fabrication of images. So taking the Epstein files and putting people into images who were not otherwise there. What have you found there?
Unfortunately, like in any other high-profile case, with the advent of these sort of AI image-generating platforms, is we're seeing a lot of fake images that look very realistic. Some of them are indistinguishable from real life, and again, they're complete fabrications. They show Jeffrey Epstein with all kinds of world leaders and important figures, but again, they're entirely fabricated. They look like real images, but they're completely fake.
So on screen right now, we've got Nigel Farage, a British politician who was not with Epstein. That is a fake image. We also have one of New York City's Mayor Zoran Mamdani, apparently as a child with Epstein, if we can bring that up, also not real. And another one with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, also not real. So all of these prominent people, there's another fake one right there, all of these prominent people in images associated with Epstein, but as your team has identified, Giancarlo, these are not real images, correct?
That's correct. They're completely fake. They look very realistic, but they're not real.
How are people making these?
Unfortunately, there's a wider range of tools online that lets absolutely anybody who has access to the internet the ability to create these images. And so it's trivial to do that. All you need to do is type a text description of what you would like to see, and some of these platforms are able to, as we can see on the screen there, generate very realistic images that, again, are completely fake.
Yeah, you got Clinton in that center image there. not actually in that picture, another fabricated one. Why do this? What's the motivation?
So we know from our research at Bellingcat that there's a wide range of motivations for individuals to create images like this. Unfortunately, sometimes, and it may be the case here, we could be talking about even something like state actors who are attempting to create disinformation in order to sway public opinion in a country or just generally confuse people. There's a wide range of reasons why people create these images, and that could be one of the reasons here.
Fascinating. Your team contacted X when you found these. What do they say?
So as of today, we have not heard any response from X.
All right. Giancarlo, always appreciate you being with us on Deception Decoded. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's Giancarlo, director of Bellingcat.